I've just got off the bus here in the town of Namulin, so about an hour and a half or so away from Shigatse. And this place is famous for Tibetan opera. Over the next few days, I'm going to try and learn a little bit more about Tibetan opera, and what a place to learn about it. What incredible, incredible landscape. Absolutely beautiful here. The sun is so bright. It's almost 5 o'clock. The sun is still shining. Anyway, let's go and explore the world of Tibetan opera. Serious exercise rehearsing the traditional Tibetan dance, and especially at this altitude it's very, very high, so they're having a rest. So far it's really, really cool, very, very interesting. The dance, the singing, the poetry all mixed into one. It really is beautiful, and with the drum and with the cymbals it's really, really fast paced. It's great to watch. You can see behind me the guys are getting ready now. They're changing to their costumes. Of course it's all very traditional Tibetan costumes, most of which actually are handmade, because these kind of costumes, well, they're not really mass produced for the mass market. People don't tend to wear them on their everyday level. Yes, there are obviously Tibetan wear that people do wear every day, but these are performance clothes, performance dress. The warm-up music is starting. I don't know if you can see up into the hills behind me, because we're surrounded by hills and mountains, this being Tibet, of course, not too far away from Nepal, the Himalayas. And you can see there are, I think, 3 ladies up there just going around their daily business, as people do here. Majority of people in this area of Tibet are herders of sheep and yaks. That's a sort of the main industry around here. So a lot of manual labour. Sun, of course, is very, very bright, and as we saw in my hospital video, you know, it can be tough on the knees, and the sun can be tough on the skin. Although I'm not sure about skin cancer in this area of China. I wonder if that's a big issue, or perhaps because their bodies are so used to it, unlike sort of my paler skin. This is the stage area for the performance, but also we're surrounded by towns and villages and hamlets and people really living their lives. Hopefully they'll get a chance to have a break, come down and watch some wonderful, wonderful Tibetan opera. The guys are about to get on stage, and I just taught one of the younger children. I said, break a leg. He didn't really understand it at first, but I explained in English, break a leg means good luck before the performance. Just me with the ladies here enjoying the performance. A lot of chatting amongst themselves. Hey, I'm filming. But what was interesting there was a dialogue between 2 of the actors, and everyone started bursting out laughing. I have no idea what they said, but apparently it was funny. 感觉怎么样？非常精彩，表演得好哎，你们好厉害。I've just taken the mask off, which is so heavy. I couldn't film with the mask on. It really is heavy. But here I am in the traditional dress of the Tibetan opera. It's actually really, really fun. And the dress and the stuff they wear is absolutely beautiful. These guys are loving it as well. Hello. Hello. 可以吗？好看吗？好看哈。People are super friendly. I love it. You know, there's a lot made in Western media about sort of cultural appropriation. But I'll tell you what I found, just suddenly traveling around China. If you're not joking at other people's expense, if you dress up in the local costume, if you're willing to learn a little bit of local language, if you are friendly about it, people love it. People don't find it. It's nothing to do with cultural appropriation. It's almost an expression of of admiration, and that's exactly how I feel today. And you know, had I not worn this costume today, I wouldn't know how heavy it is. I wouldn't have even more admiration for the guys that perform. Again, we're at 4,000 meters. You've got a seriously heavy dress on, you've got a heavy mask on, and you're chanting and singing and dancing. These guys are pros. They're pros. So I've just arrived at a Tibetan primary school. The bus has just stopped outside, well, just inside the school, in fact, and the kids have just sort of surrounded me. I think it is the most interesting thing to happen this year. I actually think if a tiger was driving the car, it'd be less interesting than me, a foreigner, a white guy, in the car, really. They're still outside there now. The teacher on this side has told them to move along, so they've moved on to this side of the car. It's great. I'm going to get off in a second. I imagine, is this how celebrities feel? Perhaps. I'm going to find out how celebrities feel. This is the first time I've been into a Tibetan school. I've been into a Qinghai school, of course. Qinghai has a lot of ethnic Tibetans as well. But you can see here, absolutely beautiful. You can see sort of amongst the mountains, blue skies all year round. There are very rarely clouds in anywhere in Tibet, but especially in this area. A modern school, they all learn, obviously, Mandarin Chinese. And at year 3, so approximately, I think about sort of 8-9 years old, they begin learning English as well. So across China it's a bit different. Some are year 1, some are year 3. So in this school it's year 3, and I just spoke with a few of the kids. They've got excellent Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, far better than mine, and they're already started to learn English. I'm sure their English will surpass mine as well. Let me turn the camera out and show you guys the incredible place to go to school. Now I understand why people say when you come to Tibet, I guess Nepal as well, you feel like you're on top of the world. There is that sort of feeling here. I don't know if you can see behind me those snow-capped mountains over there as well. Less snow, of course. And I'm in this sort of village square. It is a very traditional rural area of Tibet, about 70 kilometers away from the town of Namulin, which in turn is about 70 kilometers away from Shigatse, the second biggest city of Tibet. And I've come here because I want to see a traditional dance. I believe it's called Xiechin. And very traditional, very local to this town. So what's interesting about Tibet is pretty much every town has their own sort of dance, their own sort of intangible cultural heritage, we like to say in Chinese. And so I've come here, been invited to come here and see the dance, see the performance, probably about an hour, and then hopefully I'm going to talk to sort of one of the leaders of the group and learn a bit more about the dance. But as much as dance, I'm sure it's going to be beautiful, it's also the culture and the heritage of this town, and it's been going on for centuries. Apparently, and somehow, I'm going to try and find out about this, it's connected somehow to the Panchen Lama, either the 5th or the 8th, but I'm not sure what the connection is, whether he invented the dance or what exactly, but that's what I've been told. So guys, I'm in Tibet, the altitude is high, breathe in, the journey continues. Tell you what I've found in Tibet, you're never too far away from sheep, from goats, from yaks, never, even on the roads, and you always have to give way, of course. It's wonderful. So we're just here to see the performance, and then this whole troop of sort of sheep, and I guess these are sheep, they look like a sheep, have just turned up. It's brilliant. Guys, I've already shown you the square of this village, but I want to show you getting up to the square because it really is Tibetan in every single way. Let me show you. Hello. Well, this place is really beautiful. From the outside you can't tell, but inside here it really is something special. You can see all the performers are getting into their costumes, ready to perform the local dance, which of course is the reason why we're here. Walking around the village is just sort of an extra bonus, or at least it is for me, hopefully it is for you as well, guys. Super special to be here. I wonder if we're going to perform in this courtyard or in the sort of the inner area. It's getting busy now. You can see people over there pretty much are in their costumes for the performance. What's interesting about this place, it looks a bit like a sort of a castle courtyard, sort of medieval Britain in a way, obviously with Tibetan features, but it's only about 170, 180 years old, and reportedly it was built by the 8th Panchen Lama's mother. In fact, she did a lot of work in and around Shigatse, building buildings, basically. And so this area, obviously it's been renovated and redecorated. The paint is beautiful here, so that's not 180 years old. But the building and the structure, well, that was apparently by the 8th Panchen Lama's mother. A lot of people think that the Panchen Lamas have a long history, and they sort of do, but it's hundreds of years rather than, say, 1,000 years. We can talk more about that later on in the video or in the comments below. But the Panchen Lama, 8th Panchen Lama's mother, built this structure. Good morning. People are so friendly here. People are so friendly here. These guys just having their drink, bit of sweet tea, bit of the local liquor. People are so friendly. And I said hello and they said good morning, which I think they probably saw on TV or in English, but very friendly and very nice to be here. You know, I just spoke with, I took a photo, I wasn't able to film it. In fact, and filming it probably wasn't that useful. I just spoke with an 89-year-old basically leader of the, well, he's in China with these sort of intangible cultural heritage, for example, like the Xiqin dance that is from this area, from this town. He's the sort of leader, so he's had over 30 people that he's been teaching this dance to. He's now 89 years old and has an incredible hat. If you look at the photo, almost looks Jewish in a way in his sort of dress, what he's wearing. Incredibly friendly. But I asked him a few questions. He's 89. I think he got a bit confused by a few of the questions. But still, it was very interesting to talk to him and learn a bit more about this fantastic culture. And it's great to see that this is going on. You know, there was a period in China's history where these sort of cultural activities were not encouraged. I think everyone knows about that. Thank goodness that period is over in China, across the whole country, including here in Tibet. Hello. Including Tibet. Makes a real effort to keep these traditions and cultures alive. It's really important, and it's not just saying it. It's real money, cash money, that is given to people that can keep these traditions and cultures alive, which is important because, you know, you say, oh, you're paying for it. Well, you need that, because if you don't pay these people to continue these traditions, then they've got to go do other jobs. And if they go do other jobs, then when have they got time to practice their dance, practice their musical instruments, do their painting and all the various other arts and cultures that we have in this huge country? So it's been an incredible experience. I've really enjoyed it. For me, coming to Tibet was always a dream of mine, and I've managed to accomplish it today. I see all these kids below. I'm going to give them some chocolate, which I brought. Not good for their teeth, but hey, foreigner turns up in your village once in a lifetime, maybe gives you chocolate. Hopefully that's a good memory. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video at all, if you found it interesting at all, please do like it. Please do subscribe to the channel for more videos. But from me, Toby, here in China, in Tibet, that's a wrap. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.